From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, November the 13th, 2025. Terror group Hamas tonight handed over what it said are the remains of a deceased hostage via the Red Cross to Israel. The IDF received the coffin and will accompany it to Israel's Forensic Institute to determine if it is indeed one of the 4 hostages' remains still being held by Hamas in Gaza. The IDF saying tonight that it requests to act with sensitivity and wait for the official identification that will first be given to the families of the hostage. Hamas is required, it reiterated, to comply with the agreement and make all necessary efforts to return the deceased hostages. Turning now to Italy, where a group of Orthodox Jewish American tourists came under attack at Central Station in Milan on Monday. The Jerusalem Post reports the young men were checking the train schedule board when a 25-year-old Pakistani man came at them, punched and kicked one of them, and hit him in the head with a blunt metal ring, while reportedly yelling racist threats and insults, including, quote, "dirty Jews" and "you kill children in Palestine and I'll kill you," unquote. Bystanders intervened to stop the attack and railway police were called, the suspect arrested. The victim was taken to the hospital with a minor injury. The attacker was charged with assault aggravated by racial hatred. CEO of the Anti-Defamation League, Jonathan Greenblatt, said we must condemn anti-Semitic violence and rhetoric across the world so that all Jews can travel, can simply exist without fears of being beaten or harassed. Amsterdam's Royal Concert Hall said today that it will allow a Chanukah concert that it had previously canceled to take place, but with some changes. Last week, the venue canceled a performance that was scheduled for December the 14th because it featured the IDF's chief cantor, Shai Abramson, saying that he was a, quote, visible representative of the Israeli army involved in a, quote, controversial war, unquote. Well, after an uproar and the Chanukah Concert Foundation saying it would take legal action against the venue, Dutch News reports today that an agreement was reached where Abramson will perform, but in 2 private invitation-only concerts. And the traditional Chanukah concert, scheduled for the 14th, will take place on that date, but without the cantor. B'nai B'rith International welcomed the resolution of the conflict, though saying it still raised concern, saying the climate that led to this controversy is deeply troubling. Anti-Semitism and hostility toward Israel in the Netherlands remain serious concerns. We stand with the Dutch community in confronting them. American Friends of Natal held its 20th anniversary gala Monday night in New York City, a night it wrote of remembrance, resilience, and unwavering commitment to Israel's mental health crisis in the aftermath of October the 7th and subsequent war. Natal provides a full spectrum response to trauma through clinical therapy, 24/7 helplines, and many more programs. The evening was hosted by actor Michael Rappaport, who has been a strong vocal advocate for Israel. He told the crowd this is a pivotal moment as Israel is now transitioning from wartime survival to the long and complex journey of psychological recovery. The profound mental health toll of prolonged terror and war is a new crisis emerging as the nation exhales. Board Chair Ron Eliasaf noted with the return of hostages and the emotional toll only beginning to surface, Natal's work is more urgent than ever. Tonight, he said, marks a renewed promise to expand our impact and ensure every person has access to life-changing mental health care. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, November the 13th. At 7 o'clock, Allegra Goodman is on the Hampton Authors series to talk about her book, Isola, her novel that tells the timeless story of one woman's fight for survival. At 7:30, Zibby Owens welcomes Amy Bloom for a conversation about I'll Be Right Here, her book about an unconventional family that illuminates the mysterious ways of life and love. At 8, Jonah Platt sits down with Oscar-winning producer Lawrence Bender, whose Jewish values and activism have inspired his latest project, Red Alert, capturing stories on the ground on October the 7th. Then it's Charles Cohen on L'Chaim, followed by a replay of Totally Booked, and then an encore of the news. And coming up next, Olga Deutch on Defending Israel. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, November the 13th, 2025. I'm Teisha Bader. Am Yisrael Chai.